Here another red brick building. It always had to be red brick. Sometimes they cover the red brick with exterior concrete finish, which will change the appearance, so you can see that it's really red brick. Like the church in my town, they are now doing renovation, and you can also, when you go close up to it, see some damaged places, and you can see the red brick revealed behind it. So you see the same damage here, everything turning into balloon rocks, and here very weird because suddenly you had electric surge all the way up here in these building components, turning the bricks up here also into this mess, ugly stuff here. Look here at the corner, especially, nobody ever built like this. It's all been damaged. Went through a cataclysmic event. Only the very top here and this little entrance survived. And we don't even know how deep these buildings go, because this is all brick ash. This so-called dirt or mud here. Brick ash. We don't know how deep and where the real ground level is, okay? Could be hundreds of feet down below here. Who knows, right?
And we're going to do a reverse Google image search and see what we can find. And we've got some stuff here. Looks like we've got pictures. And we'll go check this out. And this is City Lydia Belarus attractions. And there looks like what we're looking for. Let's scroll down, see if we can find the actual image. Looking. La-di-da, going down. And getting close, looks like. That's kind of what we're looking for. And gonna go down. What are we gonna see? And looks like they're kind of got a little wall coming across there. That's kind of what we're looking for. There we go. There's our image. Okay. So what else can we find? This is the Lydia Castle. Okay. Lydia Castle. This is from the official Wiki Indoctrination page. Is a historic medieval castle in Lydia Grodno region, western Belarus. And check that out, Belarus, blah de blah. History: it was one of those several citadels erected by Grand Duke, this dude, and of Lithuania in the early 14th century to defend his lands against the expansion of the Teutonic Knights. And there you go. Other links in this chain of defense include this place, this place, this place, this place, and this place. The modern town of Lydia, Belarus grew up around this castle. Lydia Castle was 141 meters, 463 feet above sea level. The site is selected for, let's see, wait a minute. This site selected for the castle is naturally defended by Kamika and Lydia rivers to east and west. Construction of boulder walls, that's what boulder walls are, was carried out in 1323, 1324, and 1325. Later they were faced with red brick. That's interesting. Later they were faced with red brick. The castle had, so that means they built boulder walls and then they put a facing of red brick. So they did a boulder wall and then a layer of red brick over the front of the boulder wall. So that's interesting. The castle had 2 angled towers and a church, which was moved outside the walls in 1533. Upper stories of both towers were lived in. Despite its strong fortifications, Lydia was taken by the Teutonic Knights on several occasions, 1384 and 1392. Lithuanian Grand Duke, this dude, gave it to his ally Khan, this dude, who settled in a yurt, that is a yurt, near the castle, okay? In 1406, the family of Yuri, this dude, was locked up in Lydia as hostages. His attempt to take the castle and liberate them was not successful. In 1433, Lydia was a point of contention between this dude and his cousin, this dude. The following decades were somewhat less stormy. Lydia was ravaged by the Crimean Tartars. Check that out. In 1506, it was stormed by the Russians during the Russo-Polish War, 1659. And there's a little something on that. The Swedes, that's the Swedes, taking it twice during the Great Northern War. A little something on that. Had both towers blown up. That's interesting. Had both towers blown up. The towers were blown up. Write that down. The towers, there's two of them. You can see them right here. 1, 2. Uno, dos. No trace, just uno, dos towers blown up. Okay? They put dynamite in them, explosives in them, and they blew them the fuck up. In 1794, the castle grounds were the site of a battle between this followers and the Russians. After the city of 1891, the southwestern tower and parts of the western wall of the castle were torn down to provide stone for repairing fire-damaged houses. Let me read that again. After the city fire of 1891, the southwestern tower and parts of the western wall of the castle were torn down to provide stone for repairing fire-damaged houses. A team of archaeologists from St. Petersburg intervened and halted the vandalism. There was only a slight restoration of the walls in the 1920s. Only a slight restoration of the walls in the 1920s. During much of the 20th century, an entrant zoo or circus occupied the castle compound. Every December, a Christmas tree was placed within the walls. It was not until 1982 that a restoration campaign was launched. The red brick was used to denote the newly reconstructed sections up to 12 meters, 39 feet high. Significant restorations occurred in 2010. Each year, Lydia Castle hosts medieval site style tournament. The museum is being created within its towers. And let me read this again. The red brick was used to denote the newly construction sections. The red brick was used to denote the newly constructed sections. So if we see red brick, that will denote that it's newly constructed. Newly constructed. Red brick used to denote newly constructed sections. English. Newly constructed sections. Do you understand the words coming out of my fucking mouth? The red brick was used to denote the newly constructed sections. Did you get it that time? Probably not. For you Meltards. The red brick was used to denote the newly constructed motherfucking sections. Motherfucker. Do you understand the words coming out of my motherfucking mouth, motherfucker? Stupid asses. Okay, let's look at a few pictures. Okay, let's get back up here. So we have this tower. Looks kind of like all the same pictures. Basically, there's a bunch of pictures of that, and we're going to go look at some other pictures in a minute. Let's look at the satellite, see if we find anything. We got Lydia Castle, and see if they're going to let us down. No, it's not. It's only in 2D. So let's drop down here, see what we can find. There's a nice overhead shot. You can see that it's completely reconstructed. The towers are reconstructed. Remember, red denotes that it's newly constructed. Okay? Newly constructed. Anything red brick is newly constructed. Okay, let's take note of that. Okay, so we looked at that side. Let's see if we can look at this side. Let's see here. Okay, we got more red brick. So we know red brick means newly constructed. And right there, that would obviously be newly constructed because, well, the red brick denotes the newly constructed portions of the tower. So we have learned that. And we have, red brick here, so that's newly constructed. We're looking at every side, so newly constructed. Okay, let's make sure we check the other side, make sure we're covering all sides so that we have our head out of our keister. And we have red brick covering this side. Okay, now let's see if we can get in the center just for, good measure. And see in the center we have red brick there, and we have red brick there, and we have red brick all there. Got a little red brick filling in those windows. You can see the red brick back up there, and red brick up in there. Let me see. Yeah, there's red brick up in there. Okay, so we can see, and there's some more red brick there. We don't want to miss that, because we want to make sure we have all the denoted red brick, because that denotes anything that was rebuilt recently, newly renovated. Okay, so let's go check out some pictures. Okay, we have some old pictures of the castle here, and you can see that there's a wall blown out here. It's not a very good picture, but you can obviously want to see one of the towers has been blown up. This is obviously part of the way through restoration. You can see they have one of the towers built, and they haven't finished this wall here. They finished this and this and this. So they finished all this here, but they haven't finished this. Okay, so that's important to know. And here is during the restoration. And what else can we find? Here's another angle of during the restoration here. They haven't finished adding the brick. And here's during the restoration, and they're not done adding the brick. And you can see all the boulders on the ground. Here's an old picture with the towers blown out, so the towers, they weren't there. Here's an old painting of it where the towers are blown up, they're gone. And you can see it's pretty messed up here. Look how big that door is, that's interesting. Here's an old photograph. This is how it looked before the restoration began in 1990. Let me read that again. For all you tards out there, this is how it looked before restoration began in 1990. Okay? Speak it in English. Okay? Let's see. But there was no money for a second tower. So we couldn't get the second tower finished because we ran out of money to finish red bricking up and adding back the red brick to show the newly renovated sections. Here is the towers. You can see a hole over here and a hole on this side where the towers were, so the towers were not there. So that is confirmation that the newly red bricked sections of this castle are not melted. How the hell are they going to be melted and they're newly constructed? Because you clearly were stating that the red brick sections were melted and the stones were balloon rocks. Okay, so how are the bricks going to be melted when they weren't there, motherfucker? Okay, this is how you guys do. You just look at a picture and you start playing with yourself, thinking you found something when you haven't done any research. Okay. This is the bullshit you people do, okay? And I'm going to call you out on it, and I'm going to keep calling you out on it, and until you people pull your heads out of your ass, I'm going to be right on you like white on rice. Biggs out.
You have been weighed.
You have been measured.
And you absolutely
have been found wanting.
Welcome to the New World.
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.